Argentina's economy has long been a paradox, abundant in natural resources like lithium, soybeans, and oil, yet plagued by chronic instability. Over the past few decades, it has endured repeated cycles of boom and bust, marked by soaring inflation, mounting debt, and periods of painful recession. Since 1980, Argentina has experienced several recessions, making it one of the most volatile economies in the world. By December 2023, the nation faced another downturn, with inflation climbing to 211%, one of the highest rates globally. However, in December 2023, a dramatic shift occurred. President Javier Milei, a self-proclaimed libertarian, took office with an audacious promise to dismantle decades of economic mismanagement. His administration's swift and aggressive fiscal and monetary reforms aimed to reverse Argentina's fortunes and perhaps rewrite its economic story. Even Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy praised his bold moves. Could his controversial reforms finally break the cycle? Or will they push Argentina further into the unknown? Let's find out what are the steps taken by the current president of Argentina. One of Milei's most immediate steps was fiscal austerity, which included slashing government ministries by over 50% and laying off 70,000 public sector workers. While these actions allowed the government to run a budget surplus for the first time since 2008, the social cost was significant. Unemployment rose sharply in the first and second quarters of 2024, however, there was a marginal decrease in the third quarter. However, household income has fallen and the poverty rates have increased as subsidies for essential services like energy have been phased out. The social unrest that followed these cuts was palpable, with protests erupting across the country. While the government's austerity measures were necessary to stabilize public finances, they also highlighted the immediate hardship for many Argentine families. The challenge for Milei will be to balance fiscal discipline with social support in the long term. Then came Milei's second jolt, the devaluation of the peso. Perhaps the most controversial reform was the 50% devaluation of the Argentine peso, aimed at aligning the currency with market rates. This decision led to an immediate spike in inflation, with prices skyrocketing as subsidies were removed and the peso's value plummeted. In the first 4 months of 2024, the inflation came close to 300%. However, as the economy adjusted, inflation began to subside. By November 2024, inflation had decreased from almost 300% in April to 166%, signaling that the devaluation, though painful, was starting to yield positive results. By reducing the peso's value, the government minimized the risk of a future currency collapse, and the economy began to show signs of stabilization. The GDP expanded by 3.9% in the third quarter of 2024 compared to the previous quarter. This recovery was driven largely by improvements in agriculture, favorable weather conditions, and a growing interest in Argentina's lithium sector. Argentina's lithium reserves, essential for electric vehicle batteries, have attracted significant international attention and investment, offering a potential long-term growth engine for the country. Meanwhile, the energy sector, which has faced challenges in recent years, also began to show promising signs of revival. Looking ahead, Milei's government forecast a 5% GDP growth for 2025, driven by further investments in agriculture and energy. These sectors, coupled with continued foreign investment, could provide the foundation for a more diversified and stable economy. But still a long way to go. While the early signs of recovery are encouraging, the question remains whether the government can sustain its reforms without further alienating the public. The current government's austerity measures have been effective in stabilizing public finances, but the social cost, higher unemployment, reduced incomes, and growing poverty cannot be ignored. Looking ahead, Argentina's future hinges on the ability to maintain economic stability while navigating the complexities of social unrest and inequality. If this government can manage its fiscal policies effectively, attract investment in key sectors, and balance austerity with social protection, Argentina has a genuine opportunity to break free from its cycle of crisis. While the first steps under Javier Milei's leadership have shown promise, Argentina's long-term stability will depend on maintaining the delicate balance between fiscal health and social stability. What do you think about Milei's policies? Please comment with your opinion. I will come back with more updates on this, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.